This lesson plan project focuses on area in the real world, presented by Ms. Harkin's third grade class, fall 2020. Please note the asterisk next to real world because in the year of 2020, everything is a little more virtual. By the end of this week, students will learn how to relate area to the operations of multiplication and addition. Students will work through virtual reality interactive simulations and will brainstorm a way to show their knowledge of area through the creation of their own Minecraft world. Students will follow a rubric to build structures in Minecraft, and this Minecraft world will represent a world in which their independent book character might live. Some of the technology and tools needed include individual devices or a group set of devices but a plan of implementation, internet access, Minecraft for education access, Kahoot account, a Nearpod account, that simulation access, independent reading books, and as always, a lot of flexibility. So on the first day, students will go on a Nearpod virtual field trip to see geometry in the real world. This activity will start with students assessing their knowledge of geometry, including area. Students will then work through an activity they will explore and they will complete some practice problems within the Nearpod platform. Ultimately, students will self-assess based on their experience and they will be given an opportunity to ask questions. This is the Nearpod. They'll go through this. They'll identify different shapes and pieces of geometry that they see. On the second day, students will practice area using a PhET simulation to use virtual manipulatives and build shapes to explore the relationship between area and perimeter. First, students will explore and build two-dimensional models. The program shows the area and perimeter of the models students build. They go through, they add some blocks, they can add labels next to it, and then right up there it shows the area and perimeter. Students are able to play around with this to get a sense of what area and perimeter mean. Once students feel comfortable with the overall concept of area and perimeter, then they move on to the game. The game starts by giving the students an area, and the student has to build a shape that matches this area. There are multiple levels, so this assignment is differentiated based on content. Students can progress to being given both an area and perimeter, and then building a shape that matches. All of these activities are self-checking, so students will get immediate feedback. And there are multiple right answers, so students have time and space in which to be creative. In the Area Builder game right here, it's all accessible via the PhET simulation site. You choose your level, and then it gives you a goal. The area is 30. Here I can build it. I can play around with it. I can add the grid back. I can add the numbers. And then I go through and I'm able to check. And it gives me immediate feedback as to whether I am right or wrong. Magic! Then it gives me points, gives me a little ding, nice positive affirmation. After students have had time to explore via the virtual field trip and simulations, on the third day, they will then complete a Kahoot about area as a formative assessment. The teacher will use this data to pull targeted intervention groups as needed. Kahoot is also self-checking, so students will get immediate feedback on their accuracy and they will have a chance to redo the problems that they missed. This is what the Kahoot looks like, as well as some of the problems. They go through this. I can make this self-paced. We can all do it together. It just kind of depends on what the class needs at that time. On the fourth day, students will start their final project. To show their knowledge, they will build a world in Minecraft education. They will spend this day working through the graphic organizer and brainstorming the way their world will look. The teacher will check the graphic organizer and the student's plan before the student can move on to building their world in the Minecraft platform. This is the checklist. It tells the students to build a world that a character from their independent reading book might live in. It gives them different charts to fill out. They need to identify the missing pieces and or the area or perimeter. There are multiple right answers for most of these, which really encourages students to be creative problem solvers. The final project will be their building of the world in Minecraft. Once they've built the world following their rubric, they can add additional creative elements, but they have to stay true to the theme of their independent reading book. When they feel like they have completed their worlds, they will take a screenshot and upload a photo of it to our class OneDrive, accessible via Teams, and then they will complete a virtual gallery walk to see the structures that their students built. Here is what the Minecraft world looks like. All students have this installed already. Post implementation, it was great. It was a valuable learning experience. It did take twice as long to design as it did to implement. I added an extra day to work on the gallery walk and to really use the reflection to discuss why area is important, along with other ways multiplication and addition show up in life.